Hello, my name is Douglas, and I'm going to be talking about tourism and disaster. So, global impacts of anthropogenic and natural disasters on tourism is they can destroy local industries such as fishing and ecotourism. They break down transportation networks and infrastructure. They can cause loss of life. They can have lasting effects that are felt for decades. They can cause a loss of vital income for large communities, and they can cause billions in damage. Anthropogenic disasters are disasters that are caused by humans and are in almost every case, if not every case, completely avoidable and are mostly due to human error. And they can break down transportation networks and infrastructure. They can cause the destruction of local environments, like in this picture, which is from the Exxon Valdez oil spill in the Prince William Sound in Alaska in 1989 that completely devastated the fishing industry there. And a lot of the salmon tourism hasn't even recovered to this day. They can cause unnecessary loss of life, can have lasting effects that are felt for decades. It can cause loss of vital income to large communities, such as communities like here in Prince William Sound that depend on that fishing tourism to bring in their livelihood. And it costs billions of dollars to clean up human errors such as oil spills. Natural disasters, on the other hand, are not really avoidable at all because you can't beat Mother Nature. Hurricanes are a form of natural disaster. Tsunamis, forest fires, volcanic eruptions, and hurricanes cost billions of dollars each year. Being from Florida, I personally have felt the strength of hurricanes, and I'm sure a lot of you have as well. Tsunamis, we don't get those here in Florida, but over in like Japan and that region, they get a lot of tsunamis that are triggered by earthquakes and cause huge tidal waves to wreak havoc on coastal communities. And forest fires, such as the ones in California last year, just totally scorch the entire earth, killing everything in its path and destroying everything in its path. And that'll cause tourism to take years to recover in those areas. And then volcanic eruptions are interesting because they're like tornadoes. People actually like chase those sort of disasters, and actually like tourism is boosted a little bit in those areas after a disaster like that. Natural disasters versus anthropogenic disasters. Like I said, anthropogenic disasters are avoidable and natural disasters are unavoidable. Both cause billions of dollars in damage to property. Natural disasters, those occur every year, such as like hurricanes here in Florida or like earthquakes. Earthquakes are always going to happen. A difference between the two is natural disasters, we can predict where those are going to go, such as like the path of a hurricane, or like using like seismology, we can track like seismic activity to like predict when we think an earthquake might happen. Whereas anthropogenic disasters happen very quickly, such as an oil spill. If oil tanker hits a reef, that happens in a few seconds, and it's like a huge disaster. Um, where is I? Natural disasters, they both cause tourism to be halted. Anthropogenic disasters, however, cause long-term effects, such as oil spills that cause ecological disasters that wreak havoc on local fish and shellfish populations that take decades to recover. Some examples of anthropogenic disasters are like in recent history are, like I said, the Exxon Valdez in March 1989, the Deepwater Horizon in April 2010, and then the Beirut explosion just in August of 2020. The Deepwater Horizon was off the coast of Florida, or I'm sorry, off the Gulf Coast off the coast of Louisiana, and it caused a huge oil spill that wreaked havoc on Florida, Louisiana, and Alabama fishing industries and local tourism industries that were based off of those fishing industries, and people who come to like snorkel and dive in Florida and come to the beaches in Florida were affected. Billions of dollars was lost in potential tourism revenue. The Beirut explosion was complete. All of these disasters were completely avoidable and were due to human error. The Beirut explosion that happened just this last August was due to improperly stored ammonium nitrate that was set off, causing a massive explosion. I'm sure most of us saw on Twitter or social media. That was crazy. I thought it was insane. Like, people must have been vaporized. That was horrible, and that could have totally been avoidable or avoided. I'm sorry. Some examples of natural disasters are Hurricane Maria, which hit Puerto Rico in September 2017 as a Category 5 major hurricane, wiping out buildings and flooding much of the island. It is regarded as the worst natural disaster to hit the island in recorded history. Another natural disaster is the the earthquake off the coast of Japan that triggered a tsunami that hit the Fukushima nuclear power plant, causing seawater to fry the cooling system, resulting in a meltdown of reactor, causing high levels of radiation to be leaked into the ocean, contaminating the seafood population that was a large part of the local tourism industry and local diet. And then in 2020, the California wildfires that I'm sure we all saw on the news incinerated untold acres of lush land that was once rich with tourism and people's homes, and is now just a wasteland of ash. And that's it.